know what happened. So this is this is show 177, take 2, because the one we did last week never posted apparently. I'm almost positive I hit start broadcast, but oh well. For those of you that weren't live, you missed it. It was the greatest photography discussion ever. We solved the mystery of the universe and all of that. But we're back for take 2. Wes is down in Florida, where it is probably not too bad weather, right? You had a pretty nice day today.
Yeah, it was nice. It was sunny and just chilly, but sunny.
Okay.
It was nice.
Yeah, we had a decent weather up here in Atlanta. It was I don't know, 50 or so, which is about normal for us. But yeah, we had a little bit of rain earlier in the week, and actually a pretty decent week. So good. I don't know. We haven't really had a winter yet this winter, such as it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We could get hit. We still have at least a good 6 weeks, at least until mid-March, before we can say we're kind of out of the woods. So we shall see. But hope everybody else is doing good. And 1 week till the Super Bowl. I guess I can say Super Bowl. The NFL is not going to sue me. Well, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. I guess we'll find out. If I get sued, then the NFL's watching, which is good. But yeah, next week, Atlanta and the Patriots. And I'm not really a huge fan of Atlanta, but I'm more of a fan of Atlanta than I am of New England. So, especially since they beat the Steelers. Well, the Steelers played terrible, though. They probably had the worst game of the year last week. So they got what they deserved. But anyway, everybody's going crazy here in Atlanta. I guess it's only the second time they've been to the Super Bowl. So hopefully it's a good result for them. I guess we'll find out next week. But everybody's out. They had a big pep rally downtown this morning. Had a bunch of people show up. And then all those people just got in their cars and drove to the airport and did some protesting down there. So they kind of got stuff going on. It's been an interesting week, man. I tell you, if I had a friend I know here in the area, the guy I was talking about that owns the kind of the photographers cooperative studio. He's been up in Washington the last week, so he did some photography of the Women's March last Saturday, and then the pro-life march. What day was that? Thursday or Friday? They did that, and I don't know. Maybe he's up there this week too, and got some good images. That would definitely be a great environment for some street photography. No matter which way you lean on the political spectrum, just going to those kinds of things I would imagine would be pretty interesting. So, hey Joe, looks like Joe's eating some dinner.
Yes, sir, I am. I am. I'm doing a cleanse, Mark. I'm doing a cleanse here.
You are? Okay.
Yes, I'm on an actual however long it takes me to eat this cleanse.
Okay.
And it's green chili stew that I made actually the day before yesterday now, and I am on my second repurpose of it. So now I'm having what would be, most people are used to enchiladas rolled up or in a casserole. Yep. In New Mexico, Mark probably knows, we make them flat on the plate, and so
just dump it all on a big tortilla on the plate.
Yeah, and so you stack the plate up, and it looks, I don't know, like hotcakes with cheese in between. You know what I'm saying? And that's your enchilada. And so then, of course, I used the green chili and put the green chili all over it.
Top it off, yeah. No, nothing like green chili is good. I mean, when you first make it, but you let that sit around for a couple days. It's just like any super stew. You make it, and it's good when you make it, but then it's almost better for leftovers. Like the next day, you just let it sit.
It's no different than any other meat stew that you make. It's definitely better the next day. Like everything, just as long as you cook it, it incorporates too. But I mean, it really infuses the stuff. Just really changes.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we do like on the weekends. When I got extra time, I'll make like a regular dinner, but then I'll make a soup or a stew, and we won't even have it on Sunday. We'll just have it for lunch or dinner like Monday or Tuesday. And so you make it and you just put it away, and then it's the first time you're eating it, but it's been sitting around for a day in the refrigerator, so it just ends up being that much better, I think.
Yeah, well, like in my case, I literally made it. I don't know, it was 10 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? When I finished, so I didn't really intend to have it, and And then my neighbor, and I'm glad I didn't because it's kind of cooled off because it was so freaking hot that
You're like making it like it's too hot. I can't make chili.
I almost couldn't even eat it. It was literally, and I can eat some hot freaking chili. I mean, I can.
Oh, okay.
Hot.
Like spicy hot, not temperature hot. Okay.
No. Oh no, I wouldn't even mention it in that case. But it was so flippin' spicy hot, chili hot. You know what I'm saying? That you couldn't even get it next to your mouth without coughing. It was like even taking a breath of it would make you cough. And so I was like, "Oh, this is bad." Like I made a whole freaking almost an 8-quart pot of this stuff.
Oh man!
So what did you 6 quarts?
What did you do to make it? Did you just add more than what you normally add, or was it just the chilies were hotter than they normally are?
I added a little more. The chilies were definitely hotter than I thought. They said hot. Yeah. Normally I can eat hot, but they do have a super hot level, and these must have been super hot. It's not just hot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I added a little more water, let it reduce a little more, and then just pretty much like right now, it's not as hot as it's still pretty hot, man. The average mofo coming through here having a bite would be like, "Son of a bitch," you know what I'm saying? But it's
their head blow off.
Me, you know?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I mean sometimes I've gotten into that with chilies. I mean, you buy like we get like frozen hatch chilies. They not in a can, but they get them fresh hatch chilies from New Mexico and they freeze them. And then there's a company that sells them here. And you get medium. Typically, we get medium, and there was a couple times medium was definitely a couple notches higher. Medium was hot, and you could just see somebody at the processing line goes, "I'm going to get those crazy Easters. I'm gonna jack them up, and I'm going to put some hot in the medium package and see what."
And that's chili, man. I'll see if I can share a picture of what I'm eating right now. It's I'll put it on my computer and then I can share it. But it's there's no exact science to real chili. You know what I'm saying? I tell all these guys here because they, a lot of these people here in Arizona make chili, but they're all talking Texas chili, and I keep telling them that's not freaking chili, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's chili in there? Like, there's nothing that's chili in there. But, it's just some stupid argument I like to have. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Texas chili, regular like Boston chili or East Coast chili, people in Texas say that's not chili because, chili in Texas is just meat and tomatoes. There are no beans or anything else.
Yeah, they'll put like a chili powder, but...
Yeah, they put chili powder, but they don't add beans or anything. It's just meat. It's typically, beef and tomato sauce.
This is what I'm eating right this minute. That was a picture of my plate. So you can see the eggs on top, and then below the eggs there is 3 stacked tortillas with cheese in between, and then the potatoes and the pork and everything around it is the actual stew part. So I just put that around.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's that looks delicious. We had chili a couple weeks ago. I think I'm gonna make some next week because we got a good pack of we still got one big pack of frozen hatch green chilies, so we're gonna go ahead and use those. I got some pork loin roast in the freezer. I can mix up and cook together. So, making me hungry. How's it going, Dennis?
I'm all right. How are you lot?
Doing good. Getting hungry watching Joe eat his green chili, but
yeah, I just had a look at that. I thought. Looks like a bit of dog toffee to me.
Yeah, I knew that was Dennis's favorite dish. What do you
call it? Dog toffee?
Yeah, dog toffee.
Guess what that is? I've never heard that, but yeah, I guess you could dog toffee.
That's hilarious, dog toffee. That's funny.
So is that what the signs say? Please pick up your dog toffee when you're out in the park.
Usually can be found. You can usually find it with your pavement pizzas.
Okay. Well, it's like what's his Zach Joe and Share Bear from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got so pissed, and Joe's like, "What'd you get mad about?" And
what the hell
is Australian for drunk? Yeah.
Yeah, in English.
Yeah, same thing. And yeah, we had that
Okay.
conversation on the Friday share beer
Yeah.
too. That pissed in England's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm so pissed.
there's two different piss, you know, and I kind of equated it to. I was glad someone did that because I had no idea. If I'd have went to England and someone would have told me they got pissed, or you know, or they were pissed with me or something, I'd be like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
What did I do to make you mad? Yeah.
you know. But I equate it to years ago when bad first started meaning good, and people always had like you'd hear that back and forth, like, what do you mean bad? Like bad good or bad bad? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's all.
Yeah, Joe, those pictures on your wall behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if one of those was crooked, I would say to you it's pissed.
Yeah.
If something's not put up straight, it's pissed.
It's pissed. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yep, which makes it, that ties right into to the other meaning of pissed, I guess. Yeah, just kind of lean in. Oh, good. So I did absolutely nothing photographically this week. How about you guys? I thought about it, but I didn't do anything. No?
I did nothing.
You did nothing? All right, so we're 0 for 2. How about you, Joe? Any photographic since the last show? And I think you did, right? Didn't you do a shoot?
Yeah, I definitely did a shoot. And then I don't know. I looked for you last week too. I didn't see a show on last week or something.
Oh, okay. I was what? It was on, and I could swear I hit broadcast because we had like an hour and a half show. It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, it was a long show.
I thought it was a damn good show. And I
Best
went back
show
this
ever.
week, and I went back this week.
The whole line.
Yeah. I went back to post the thing for this week. I'm like, show 178. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's still showing show 177. What the hell? And then I guess apparently I never hit start broadcast. I don't know because it never showed up. But it was the best show ever.
Maybe because no one showed up. Maybe
No, we had a few people. Dennis was there. Wes was there. Sim
Frank
was there.
and me and Dennis and Sim, yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't find it. I actually.
But there's no proof, so I guess it's just us saying that we were there.
It's kind of like when you work out without your Apple Watch. You're like, I didn't work out if I didn't have it on. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah. So you did a photo shoot, and I think did you post an image or two of that on Instagram? I think, right? Maybe
I
one?
did 2 photo shoots. Well, since the last show that I was on, I did that car auction, and then I did.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I have some more shoots coming up.
Cool. Good. Are you working with starting to get connected in the Phoenix area then? Starting to
a little bit, but more Phoenix has been tougher than I thought. Like I knew it was going to be tough, but it's been tougher with the local girls to get everything's just. You know, it's kind of this big city thing. Like Albuquerque's kind of a bigger, small town. You know what I'm saying? And there's just a different mentality there, I think, because it was a lot easier for me to get local girls to work with me than it is here. Here, it's a bigger city, a bigger metro area, so there's a lot more mischievous things that happen to people. So there's not as much trust.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So that's been the hardest issue is all these girls just naturally think that that you're some dude with a camera, you know, trying to hook up really. And so with that kind of mentality, it's been tougher to, you know, connect with people and collaborate like you need to.
Yeah.
So I've been literally working just with traveling models, which is fine. It's just that cost me money, quite frankly. So
yeah. It's probably I would imagine larger area. You would think there would be more opportunity, but it also because it's a larger area, there's probably, like you said, more instances of, like you said, dudes with the camera just out to not not a professional approach to photography.
Yeah, it's been really, really difficult. There is a couple of local girls that I would just love to work with, and I've tried to reach out twice already to a few of them, and I get literally no response. I've had equally a hard time trying to hook up with different makeup artists locally. That's actually been the hardest part, is the makeup artist, because I can't set up a shoot unless I have one. So, well, in those cases,
yeah,
because most local girls are kind of just doing it on the side, and they don't necessarily have most of them don't have those skills, so
yeah,
some of the traveling girls do, so that's a huge plus.
Yeah. Have you tried is there are like portrait photographer meetup groups or anything like that? I mean, it might make sense to go to a couple of those and at least get to know a few other people that way.
I know, yeah, and I that was what I did this past Wednesday. And so far I'm on a once or twice a year thing with these kind of group shoots, if you will. They're real small, 1, 2, or 3 photographer type groups, but and as soon as I was in the middle of it, I was like, yeah, why am I here again? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember.
Okay.
It's just
all the reasons why you don't go to them.
Yeah, there's like, it was just like, there's a particular crowd at some of these things that you're just like, not that you're like better than them or anything. You're just like, we're very different, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. There's just a bunch of, one of the girls happened to be represented, and her agent, whatever you want to call him, was, I don't know. It was turning into this huge, like, I've done this, and what have you done, and what gear do you have?
Yeah.
But and I'm like, oh, man, I just really want to shoot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of gets into a pissing match about who's done what.
Right? Yeah, and it's just my second camera totally effed up on me. It just sometimes this crap happens, man. Like, if you've been around long enough shooting like this guy supposedly has. Longer than me, you would know gear messes up, like it just does. You can test it 100 times prior to a shoot. Just say the word shoot, get the SH out of your mouth, and it screws up. I don't know what, and that's what happened to my camera. My second camera just completely, it wouldn't hold the shutter speed. I would take a shot at, let's say, 1/25th, and next thing you know, it's at 8,000. It would just jump that high. So every frame, literally, I'm having to adjust, and you can't shoot like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That was literally my problem. I was, trying all these different little problem-solving things in between shots, and that was, and he took it as, well, I teach photography classes. If you don't know how to, and I'm like, you know what? It's a good thing I don't have a gun, bro, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you just kind of
don't insult me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because you don't know me, don't mean that I don't know some stuff too. I don't like to brag. I'm not that type of guy. But yeah, that was that whole thing that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And it just was. I was like,
yeah, it's kind of like, just because you don't know me doesn't mean you know me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and I have no point of reference because I've never done one of those group portrait shoots, but yeah, I could see how they could probably, it just depends who's there, the mix of people and that type of thing, and I know some of the local meetup groups here where they encourage, which is great, people that want to get into it and have never done it before. This is a great opportunity, so I'm sure. It just depends on the mix of people. If you got some experienced people that are willing to help and not be rude about it, but there's probably always people that, any group, any activity.
Yeah, so the smart ass, I hand him my damn camera here, and then he looks at it for like 10 minutes. God damn, I guess you do have a problem.
No shit.
So
I could have told you 10 minutes ago. Yeah,
I've been saying, man, like, it was. It was that sort of thing. But what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that might be if you go to a couple and find some people that are actually like decent people, and then maybe just use that as a network to kind of build from a little bit, you know. But yeah, it's you would think it would be the opposite, being in a larger area, that it might be easier to find models to work with, but I could see how it could be actually harder being in a larger city than opposed to us like Albuquerque's like a big small town.
Yeah, you know, and then shooting with Pat has been this, or shooting the cars has been this whole different experience. A lot of openness there, a lot of, meeting a lot of other cool photographers, but, they don't shoot models, you know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different thing, but that part has been real open and a lot of connections being made there. You know, but I've been getting more and more and more and more and more tons of traveling models hitting me up. That's for sure. Which runs into, there's a whole Patreon thing happening out there, which is driving me. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to think about it, because there's a lot of we run into this thing now where you guys make pictures too, and if you needed people to make pictures, and those people at the other end need to raise money, so they're selling your work, which the first couple of times I didn't necessarily have a problem with, but once you start, you're like, I feel like it's running into a situation where you're double dipping, because I'm paying you for your talent, and then I give you images to help promote yourself, but you're selling them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Not that I necessarily need a cut. I sometimes just need to be asked, or I don't know, man. Just running into these issues. I don't know what to do about it. It's a real recent issue. So I'm trying to figure out what to do about it.
Yeah, that's that is kind of interesting, because if you're paying for the models, and then, I mean, technically you don't have to give them any images to promote themselves. They can just do whatever.
Absolutely.
You get a hard ass and like, okay, I paid for the shoot. There you go. Thanks. Right. We'll see you next time.
Right. Yeah. No. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely, and that's really the only way to stop that. The problem is, that's a small circle. You'd be surprised, and that word gets out that that you might still get some people working with you, but most of those people want images to represent themselves.
Yeah.
But there's this new beast in the room called Patreon, and everybody seems to be using it, even non-models. I just watched some food people on YouTube, and they're using it.
Oh yeah, that's really grown in the last couple of years. I mean, people are doing podcasts, bloggers, anybody that's creating something. That's the whole pitch of Patreon. Any creatives, yeah, and a lot of YouTube channels now have go to our Patreon page and support us and do that type of thing, and that wasn't there 6 months ago even. I mean,
it's a real new thing.
Yeah, it really is.
So I don't, I'm saying I'm so far just kind of telling people, look, I just need to be asked. If you ask me, that it softens the blow a little bit. But if I just find my work on there, come on, man. There's this argument with models and photographers that it gets to be about like who's bigger, right? Like I'm bigger than you, so I can just sell the work. I'm in the work too, so, and I'm like, no, I pay. I kind of have, there's a small part of me that's kind of like, you know what, I paid you to model. You modeled, it's all good. If I actually physically painted a portrait of you, you wouldn't sell it. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
But
it's it's one of the things that wasn't really an issue until the internet and all the instant sharing and everything that comes along with it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same thing as people don't photography. We were talking last week in the show that didn't happen, I guess, about people that don't want to post anything on Flickr or anything else because they don't want it, they don't want it to be stolen. But at the same time, then they don't get the opportunity to share it. So you've got to kind of balance those two things. Out in your own mind, and everybody's going to come up with a different decision, and at the end, you just got to make whatever you feel best for you, I guess. Yeah.
It's the I haven't. I'm just now bringing it up, but it's something I've been dealing with for months already, and it's so far the two girls and the recent girl that I just shot, so that'd be a third, that are using it as like member sites of their, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
And I was kind of wondering because that one girl in particular, I hadn't seen my work anywhere, and I was wondering, and then, like I say, that's part of, I think I've always said that I do keep up with all the social networks because I have to keep an eye on what the girls that I've worked with are doing and what the girls that I will work with are doing. And through that, I did find, the member site, and there's all my work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that's what happened to it.
You just put it behind a little paywall. Pay here, get in, and then you can see all of Joe's work that you give permission to.
Which features her, the hot chick. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But and my watermark wasn't taken off. I respect that, and I was given full credit. So I'm, like I said, I bring it up here. Maybe one of you guys has a solution. Maybe someone that watches your show.
I don't know. That's interesting. It's one of those things. It's like, what's the balance?
Yeah, because I know of all of us here. Sim's the one that, and maybe Wes too. I don't know, but I know Sim. His work is getting out there like crazy, man. And I don't know if he's run into that issue, but it's a toughie, man.
What does the model release give you, like legal ownership of it? Shouldn't that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And trust me, I will not snap one shot of you unless I've got that signed. We're
right.
We can make all the arrangements in the world. You can show up, we can hug, we can blah 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 blah. And I'm like, here, sign this. If you don't sign, I'm like, okay, well, I can call you an Uber. You know what I'm saying? like.
Yeah. Well, maybe when they're signing the model release, you can say, "Look, I'm okay with you sharing this stuff, but as far as making money off of it, I'm not okay with that," or something like that.
And that's what I did this last time was I need to really know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I won't get butthurt, but I need to be asked.
Right.
Don't just do. I need to be asked. You ask someone, then they give you permission, then there's no bitch. But
I
need to, and I've been asked several times for people to use stuff of mine, and I've been, yeah, sure, sounds great.
Right.
Point me to where it's at when it's posted or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and it's always the ones that don't ask, or the times when you don't get asked. I mean, it's just rude generally. I'm kind of,
I don't know. Yeah, it's so new that I'm kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm just whining about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
No, it's your work. You have the right to control it.
Yeah.
Control what happens with it.
It just sucks because I sit here for hours and as I'm editing this last couple of shoots that I did, I'm like, it's in the back of your mind the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm sitting here working hour upon hour upon hour on these damn images.
Yeah. I mean, say you wanted to sell it on your own website, and then they find out that they can get it from that model's website for half the price or whatever.
That's
not fair to you.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if they sign the model release and agree to the terms of the business arrangement basically, and you pay them for that, and they agree that, then at a minimum they can at least tell you or ask you if it's okay to do one thing or another with it, and then it's up to you to make a decision, and then at least and then you then you can make a decision based on
There's
information that's real.
there's
not
always been a certain limited of images that I never put out there. I never post online. As a matter of fact, some of the ones you see here on the walls are some of those images. Well, I guess they are published now, right? But some of them I'm actually looking at over here on this wall, and they've never been seen online or anywhere. They're just and I've had a couple of girls see them on my wall and be like, "I've never seen that picture before," and I'm like, "Now you did." And this is the only place you'll see it. This is it.
Yeah.
That's my image. You know what I'm saying? And this is where it lives.
You've curated your own images and are only putting out the stuff you want to put out there. So
right.
Yeah. Has that happened to you, Sim, at all? Have you had that? Because you're getting a lot of exposure. A lot more than you were a year or so ago. Have you run into any of that? Any misuse or anything?
So far, one thing where somebody tried to use my stuff without authorization and they took it down. But so far, so good.
Okay. Yeah. I had one instance that I was aware of. It was an image I took with my cell phone. No, it was with my little portable cameras when I was doing my Project 360, and I just snapped a picture of a couple buildings. And a year and a half later, it ended up on an online version. What magazine was it? Some magazine, but it was like best cities to live or whatever, and the city that those buildings were in made the list. And it had my image, and it didn't give attribution, I don't think. So it's kind of interesting. But the only way I knew about it, because I looked at my Flickr, and I saw that there was it went from 200 views that image had to 8,000 or something. I mean, it just shot up. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I just searched for it. I did an image search on Google, and that's how I found it. So it was kind of interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. It's impossible to keep track of all that stuff. So you just have to. I've just gotten to the point. The stuff that I'm okay with, I'm just going to put out there. And if somebody takes it, they take it, and I just have to be good with it. And post it at a low enough resolution that they can't make a 20 by 30 high quality print, and just leave it at that. Make it something that looks good on a screen, on a computer monitor, and beyond that, it's not going to look that good if somebody takes the time to print it out. And
most of the images that I post and give to the girls are at 90 or less DPI.
Yeah, which means, but if you blow that up to anything more than an 8 by 10, it's just going to look crappy. It's going to get pixelated and just not look good. So now Dennis, though, scanning in his film from his large format camera, you can take those 2 gigabyte images, and you could fill the side of Grand Central Station, and it's still going to look good.
It looked good at the whole wall behind you, Joe.
Yeah, well, have you had any issues with that, Dennis? Has that ever popped up? Anything you've shared or posted online shown up someplace you didn't think it was going to show up?
I don't know, since we've been digitizing and scanning stuff onto the internet, but obviously I sold photographs in the past, but I had the negatives. All photographers own the negatives.
Yeah.
So, they just ordered what they want, and then they paid for it.
Yeah, that's the.
But basically, you're sticking the negative out online.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. You post a high resolution image online. It's a high quality negative that's just out there, and people can.
Mark, that it even came up when me and Pat were shooting together. That came up for a hot minute. That came up, and he had mentioned that. With everything Pat has done, and you could think of how many times he's been published, he said he's only been asked for his RAWs once or twice, and he still didn't do it. He literally has all his RAWs, So, I found that surprising. You know what I'm saying? Because I was telling him about another photographer that I've worked with, and and he would shoot nightclubs. He was a nightclub event photographer, and he would regularly have to give up his RAWs. I mean, that was part of their deal, was you shoot for us, we edit them, we publish what we want. You're basically shooting for them, and then you hand them the images, and that's
okay. Yeah, you give them everything. Yeah,
a lot like some of the sport photographers. That's their deal too, in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
But the reason that they have photos for themselves is because Sports Illustrated will only want the JPEGs, so they'll give them the JPEGs because they're faster editing. It's a fast type thing, and they keep the RAWs.
Yeah. But yeah, that is. I mean, but that's a case where, as a photographer, you know what the deal is, and you agree to it. So, there is. I'm surprised though with Pat. With all the stuff he does that's getting published, in relatively high-end publications, that they don't need the RAW. But I guess just a high-resolution JPEG will work as far as printing.
Yeah,
I would
he
guess.
said in his situation, it's always been his work totally. Like in my other acquaintance of mine, his situation was they edited, they published what they wanted, so it was his image, but he didn't know how it was going to look. He didn't know anything. All that work you see of Pat's is his finished image. Like that's
so they're not doing anything beyond what he's doing. Right. They're just saying, we like that one. Bang, let's go with it. Yeah. So they're not post processing. They're just taking the image. He sends in the work and he says, here's the images from the shoot, and he's sending him the final. There, he's not allowing them to do any additional editing or anything beyond it. So, yeah, that's.
Which I have to say, man. After I've seen his work in magazines many times now. And I have to say, man, after being in his total environment at that RM auction, I tell you what, man, it is amazing to see your work, like billboard size, putting on a video screen with the automobile is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It is something else. And to see those highfalutin pinky out people just basically worship him. I mean, Pat, there's Pat, he takes it, hey man, I just stood back. I honestly did. We walked in and immediately, Pat, and I just walked this way and took pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, that's as a photographer. I mean, or as anybody. I mean, when you're in business or whatever. I mean, that's what you want. You want raving fans. What's that? Raving fans. That's what you want your customers or clients or whatever to think of you. Yes, because that helps. That's job security to a certain extent.
That helps. I'll tell you what, man. He's the man. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he does a great job. I'd love to get out there. I'm gonna try to get out there next year at this time. I think that would be fun. Just get out and go to a couple of the auctions. I've always wanted to do that anyway, so I think that would be fun to get out and spend a week out there next January. That would be a good time. Speaking of images, let's get into this because Sim's been very busy once again, and looks like Dennis has got a new toy. He's got some posted up, which is cool. That's good stuff. It doesn't look like it's too obtrusive, the viewfinder. That's I'm assuming what you got there, right? Yeah. Let's go in. So was this was the last one from last week, I think, right? Yeah.
Maybe get the next one.
The next one was the last one? This one?
No, we got that one too.
Yeah. Oh, was it the walkway? No, this one?
This is the last one, yeah.
Was this one?
This is the one.
Okay,
no.
This was the last one. Yeah.
This one last week.
No, this was the last one. Yeah, and we were talking about. So he's been. Were you able to get out this week, Sim, or is this?
Yep.
Again? Yeah. Wow, geez, constant stream of stuff. That's good. So yeah, this was the last one from last week, and then this one looks like it was taken last weekend on the 14th. And this is.
That was 2 weeks ago, I think.
2 weeks,
2 weeks ago,
yeah, 2 weeks ago. And look at the colors on that. It's like, is that mulch? I'm assuming. Yeah, it looks like that's mulch.
No, that's the dead pine needles.
Okay, pine needles. All right. And then the roof of the shelter down here. Oh, that's neat. And what kind of process? Did you desaturate some areas on this a little bit, or?
No.
No?
No, we went for Sunrise, and Sunrise was like a bust. So after the little peaks in the sky left, it was just it's a nice pale blue, but and the reservoir on the other side, like I said, was kind of low.
Mm-hmm.
And went over to the other side, and it was frozen.
Okay.
And it's kind of worked out.
Yeah, no, that's a great light on the pine straw on the path. It's just great, and it's a neat contrast to the gray, real dull colors of the reservoir and the hill behind it. It's a neat, very nice. It's cool. And I like the color on the shelter, whatever that is.
I think it's a supply shed.
Okay.
Hey, Sim, I like your watermark.
Yeah, that's a new one. You just in the last couple of weeks, right, Sim? You've kind of redid it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a font, or did you actually sign that, or?
There's a place called Photo something that actually will do a signature for you.
Oh.
Okay.
Because my signature by hand looks awful.
Yeah, mine's pretty much like a doctor, just like zzzit line, scribble, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
I didn't know if that was.
It didn't really cost that much, and they give you 2 high resolution versions, white, black, and then a couple low resolution versions, and I was happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks so classy. I would love to do something like that for some of my black and white work as well. It just looks. I've seen that on some of your images, especially those black and whites. It just pops on there.
Yeah, it gives identifies you, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's an overtake image. Yeah,
it's like I'll give them a quick plug here. Photo logo, huh?
Photo logo. Okay, I'm gonna look that up right now, man. Because it goes perfectly with your work. It's just so classy. So it goes really beautiful. It's subtle. It doesn't intrude on the image at all. It was a great watermark. So I thought I'd ask you about it last time I had a chance.
That is very cool. I know I had like 8 pens around here earlier. Now I can't.
Photo logo. Common
photo logo. Okay.
Watching Matt Koslowski.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had the same problem. He said, I use these guys and they were quick and they were good and good turnaround. And
look at this from $40.
Oh, cool.
$39.99.
Let's share the $40, huh? So it's basically mainly for photographers, I'm assuming, right? But
elegant handwritten logos for photographers.
Yeah. Okay. Photologo.co, huh?
So if you didn't like what the handwriting, you could submit it back and go, hey, I don't like this one.
Okay. So they'll give you like a draft and then you can approve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so perfect. Years ago when I had my podcast, there was people doing basically the similar thing. They had this one cat, I can remember the one that I actually bought mine from. He had all these cookie cutter type of intros and outros and all these different, what do you call them, voiceovers or whatever that you could buy. And that's what I used for my podcast way back in the day. And he would introduce me, Joe D, the ABQ Trucker podcast. And yeah, it sounded all professional and everything, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And it was about $40 or $50, something
like that. It's something that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm gonna hang on to that one. That's a neat thing. Yeah. I mean, it's a great watermark.
Heck yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Very nice. I'll get to see it again. See, okay, there it is. See, yeah. This is a great image. I really like this.
Yeah, this is one of the barns. It's. I mean, I think it's been photographed a million times, but so we go out there. We all went out there and got an image of it. And I think I'm pretty sure somebody else has done this, but I rarely see it with the road. There's a little pathway incorporated in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice.
And that sky, man, that
Yeah.
sky's just buttery, man. It's just nice.
47 seconds. That's why.
Yeah.
that turned it into butter. Butter.
Yep, 40.
It seems
So
like you're liking that big stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah.
Is that the? Is it a 10 stop? Is that what you have on it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a 10 stop.
Wow. Yeah. That's how you can do 47 seconds at F11 and in daylight.
No, the light was not the greatest. It was just, I think it's the same day that it was going to snow in about an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
But it just added that nice little. The clouds were moving just enough where it was like, yeah, if I use it now, this should turn out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
Yeah, it came out great.
And what are you using? You're using a ND filter? What are you using?
Yeah, 10 stop ND filter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's. You know what's funny? Those screw-on filters, man. I swear, it's a. I had tried to shoot cars until that first time I shot with Pat. You couldn't sell me on a couple of those filters, and then I saw him using them, and every lens has a polarizer on it, for Christ's sake, because you cannot shoot a car without it. I promise you, it's just a world of difference, man. It's like night and day. You're just like, what the hell was I doing this whole time?
Cuts down all that surface, especially a nice car. It's got polished, and you got to cut down some of those surface reflections, or it's just not going to look good.
Yeah,
that's neat. Okay, so this is that reservoir, I guess. This is it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this is neat. Look at those clouds, like a fog coming in the valley there.
This was like the photography god smiled on me this day. It was.
Then you just threw your camera up in the air, right?
That's what he does. I'm telling you, he doesn't. Yeah.
I went there and it was a thick fog, and I said, I know where I'm going today, because we went there the week before when it was. We were looking for a bridge that's under the water in this particular lake.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we were told it was above the water, but it's not. Just saw temperatures in like 11s in the middle of the lake. So, I knew it was going to be thick fog that morning. So I went right back to this place because it just I had a lot of images coming from here.
Yeah,
about 3 solid hours of shooting time here.
Wow.
And the terrain I covered on the lower half was about maybe 2.5 miles. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were a lot of compositions out of this one.
Neat. Yeah, that's just very, very nice.
No rush, no hurries, nowhere to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good day.
Yeah. That's what you want when you're out with a camera. You want the time to be able to do what you want to do without feeling rushed. We got the seen and the unseen. Yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting rock. That's really cool.
And somebody put it there already, I guess.
Okay. All right. This was okay. 0.8 of a second. Yeah, 27 millimeter. You have the ND filter on this one or not?
No, didn't need it.
No. Yeah.
Just a polarizer.
Yep. Very nice. Yeah, I love how the fog just kind of cuts that down right there.
And it was nice. It kept changing. It would get thicker, and then it would thin out. Occasionally, the sun would come in, hazy, and then it was just great.
Yeah.
Man, that's what sucks. There's so many times when I'm driving truck, and these mornings across the Arizona desert, and you wouldn't think there would be fog like that, but there's this weird fog that appears over some of these farmlands and stuff that are kind of out there, or it just appears in these weird little pockets of places. And I would love to capture that, but I don't have the time, and I don't have my camera with me. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, fog is a neat thing. All right, so this is your new viewfinder, right, Dennis?
Yep. This is a Voigtlander zoom finder.
Okay. So this is the one that covers, what did you say, 18 to
15 to 35.
15 to 35. Okay.
Yeah, all lenses. Yeah. And that's the new super wide 15mm on the camera there.
Oh, okay. It says super wide, so it must be. Hell, you are.
Yeah, it says super wide. Yeah.
16 millimeter f4.5. Okay.
Yeah, and that viewfinder is excellent. Yeah, if you look through the image, I put a 35mm Zeiss on the camera, and the camera's rangefinder to set things up. And I switched the viewfinder to 35mm. And when you look through it, it's absolutely crystal clear and brighter. Yeah, and there's a diopter on the back, so that if you wear glasses, you can adjust it.
You can adjust it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't even need this viewfinder anymore. You're just using this all the time.
Yeah, not with that lens because I was just hyperfocal focus and
yeah,
get it. So, but basically, it's a point and shoot, and you just need to set up your speed.
Yeah, that's a nice camera too. That's a nice setup. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's all. Do you adjust it on the front here? Is that where?
Yeah, it works just like a lens. You can
Okay.
turn it and it switches to the different focal lengths.
Okay. Okay. Huh. So this little thing back here is the actual port, and then the mirrors or whatever in there that.
Yeah, and this was taken with the Leica. These.
I
used the EM1, and I had the Leica 90mm on it. So you can see the bokeh at the back. Yeah.
I'm a little confused. So when you're using this, does it sync with your lens so that
No, nothing at all, Joe. It's a super wide angle, so you can set this on 5.6, and everything from 18 inches in front of you to infinity will be in focus.
Oh,
just because of the width of the lens and.
Okay. Yeah. I've done some test shots. I used I had some black and white film left in the camera, so I went out and done some test shots. I put them on later because I only developed them yesterday. And I didn't have to focus the camera at all. It's just hyperfocal, and I was using f8 and f11 mainly. Yeah. Cool. So I just done a few test shots. So what I ordered also was a Zeiss super wide camera.
Okay.
It's Zeiss Icon super wide from Japan, but it hasn't arrived yet. So that is actually like this rangefinder camera, but it hasn't got a rangefinder. It's actually made for hyperfocal focusing with a viewfinder.
So it just has a viewfinder, no rangefinder, because you don't need it with a super wide angle lens.
Yeah, no rangefinder. It's got TTL metering, and on the back of the camera, it's got 3 lights what change color. So you can use through the lens, get your readings through the lens.
Oh, okay.
For your meter, and the Zeiss is an electronic shutter, so you stick it on aperture priority, and all you got to do is adjust your speeds. Yeah, when you're looking through the viewfinder, you can actually see the 3 lights with your other eye on the back of the camera.
Oh, okay. So it's a film camera then that you're getting?
Yeah, it's a Zeiss Icon, quite expensive. They're dearer than Leicas, but this one has got no rangefinder, so it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, okay.
I think you can buy it for probably $1,000.
Nice Icon. There's Ken Rockwell. Is this it?
Yeah. It's a Zeiss Icon super wide.
super wide. Okay, so here's the page. Oh, there's a Zeiss icon system. So that's a basic camera then, right?
Yeah, that's basically an electronic version of a Leica M7.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but they manufactured a camera called a Zeiss Icon Super Wide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you pull a picture up, you'll see there's no rangefinder.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you still get the Zeiss build.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very good quality cameras.
You know, another thing we don't talk about too often, and I brought it up with one of my models seemed to understand what I was kind of doing when I was shooting, because I am a left eye shooter. There's a lot of difference between a left eye and a right eye shooter, in your perspective of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that Dennis just mentioned was I think a right eye type of scenario, no? Because you mentioned being able to see the lights with your other eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm a left eye shooter.
Yeah, I'm a left eye shooter as well. Like there's different things that you get or don't get because of what eye you use to shoot.
Mm. So
that's it. That's the super one.
Okay. So there's the back. And you're right, there's nothing. There's no viewfinder, pretty much.
Yeah, there's no view. Do you notice he's got two viewfinder carriers on the top?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One's for your central viewfinder, another one's to put your flash on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see the three lights?
Yeah, okay, right here.
Yeah. And whether you use aperture priority or whether you use manual, they're different colors.
See? And here you go, Joe, left versus right eye. If I had the view, so you'd put the viewfinder here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're shooting left eye, your right eye's looking at I don't see any lights.
Yeah. Now see, Dennis, this isn't a real good selfie camera because the screen doesn't flip out.
Yeah.
Now a lot of bloggers like having the multiple hot shoes on top because you can mount various stuff on there, but you know the screen doesn't flip out. And how are you supposed to? How does that work?
There's absolutely no chimping with this camera, Joe.
Yeah. That's a neat. So this is designed specifically for, like you said, hyperfocal lenses. So like the one you have on your the Voigtlander super wide would be a good fit for this.
Because your Zeiss rangefinders and your Voigtlander rangefinders, Leicas, they've all got viewfinders, but you've got to use separate finders for super wide lenses. Why make a camera with an expensive rangefinder built in when you don't need it? No.
You just buy a viewfinder, put it on the top like you got, and
the zoom finder I picked up really cheap. A Zeiss 15mm viewfinder will set you back about £240. Well, for 260, I picked up this zoom finder.
Okay.
It used to list around 400.
Okay. Yeah. So you got a full range finder for less than the price of a one focal length, basically.
Yeah, because if you wanted to use a 15, 18, 21, 28, you got no frame lines in your camera, so you need to buying four.
I like that view of it. I like that view right there.
Yeah, that's a nice view. That kind of shows. So here's the ranges and everything.
Yeah, you can also use this for crop sensors and micro four thirds. It's got the settings on it.
Oh, okay. So you could drop this on. You could put this on top of your M1, basically.
Yeah. You can stick it on top of the Olympus EM1, and it's already got the ×2 calculation on top.
Oh, okay. So it's all.
Yeah. Or you can do 1/3 crop or 1/5 crop, as long as you know the equivalent.
Yep.
Like a 15mm on this camera is 15mm, but on the Leica it's going to be 30mm. So you switch that to 30, and you'll get the correct view.
That's a pretty camera. Yeah, I said pretty, Joe.
Yeah, damn
I
it.
said pretty. I said the
Look at
pretty
you.
camera.
Look at you.
Yeah, it's very light, Joe. You won't break your back carrying this around.
Yeah, you know what? One of the guys that I did shoot with Wednesday, it was the first time I've seen someone actually use a mirrorless at a shoot, and it was kind of ridiculous though, man, because he was still using full lenses, and it's just kind of off balance.
Looked weird, huh?
Yeah.
This is a nice.
But I was thinking of Wes actually, because after that shoot, it's made me think about I need to buy a used body quick. So I was looking at a used 70D, and that was one of the selling points to me. Not only the focusing system, it has 9-point focus, system, but it has 100% view through the viewfinder. So
okay, so it's got 100% coverage. And
yeah.
Joe, do you know that this camera can take a picture faster than your fastest automatic digital?
Wow, really?
Yeah, because all you got to do is point it and push the button.
Yeah, but it's that whole lever thing, You're like,
It seems really alien to go out and take photographs without focusing the lens.
Yeah, when you get this kind of lens, yeah, as long as it's like you said, more than about 18 inches ahead of you, you're good.
Yeah,
you can probably get your darn feet in the shot, if you're not careful.
Focus,
Yeah, that's a neat. Yeah, and that's not. I mean, the viewfinder's decent, but it's not. It doesn't look out of place on top of the camera. It's not too big.
Yeah,
no, actually, it looks really cool.
Yeah. It fits in pretty nice. That's a nice setup.
Now, do you if you put filters on there like we were just talking about, do you got to put a filter on the viewfinder as well?
No, because it's through the lens metering.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're still going to get your same metering through the camera lens. Yeah, and of course, if you're going to use infrared, which I've got some infrared film I'm going to try, this is much better because you can't focus through an infrared R72 filter. It's like it looks like a lens cap.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about it as long as you're subject.
Don't worry about it with a rangefinder because you don't look through the lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a good point too, because I've seen when you start looking for used cameras, you see a lot of cameras that were very good back in the day that people have converted now, digital ones, I mean, to infrared, and they used to sell for cheap, and the price is kind of going up and up and up now. It's
Yeah, they are definitely going up because this camera's 30 years old, and I've only had it a couple of years, and it's probably gone up £200 already.
Infrared's getting popular, man. That.
Yeah. I haven't received a filter yet. As soon as I get it, I'm going to give it a go. I've got 2 rolls of infrared film, so we'll have a play.
Okay, good. That's neat. And then,
right, this is the super wide on the EM1.
Okay, so this is a 15 millimeter. Yeah.
It's basically a 30 millimeter, but
this 30 millimeter. Yeah.
Hyperfocal focusing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was like F8 out in the back garden.
Now, where's Rupert? Is he around anywhere?
Yeah, where is he? Yeah,
where's Rupert?
The other corner of the patio.
Okay, all right. He's like the ultimate test subject. You got to have Rupert in his wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
he's got a wheelbarrow. So what's his name? Is that's
yeah, that looks like that's a rabbit of some kind, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a pickle that big or a cucumber.
He's not, he doesn't compare with Rupert.
Yeah.
Rupert's got him there.
Yeah, Rupert's got a big one. Yeah.
He's got a big pickle. So this was F8, you said? Yeah.
Yeah. This was F8. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Oh, and the fog returns. You're back. Same spot, just up the shoreline a little bit, or?
Yeah, who knows where, but yeah, same location now.
Yeah, same jump. Yeah.
Is this sand? Is that sand or soil?
That is some kind of sediment.
It looks like sawdust or something.
It's a mixture of rock. It's somewhat of a sandy kind of material, and pebbles.
Okay. Yeah, it does almost look like sawdust or something too. It's got that. interesting texture to it.
Looks
No,
like
that's
another
neat.
planet.
Yeah, it does. Looks like the surface of Mars almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. The fog.
That's where the lunar lander. See those prints on the thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all a big conspiracy. They never. Yeah.
We never landed
Landed
on
in
Mars.
it was actually Connecticut. It was Connecticut. No, that's neat. The color in here is great. Yeah, it's a great combination of colors. Yeah, very nice. Now there's another piece of crap old car.
Yeah.
So did Pat shoot this car? Was this one of Pat's cars or not?
If you look in my description there's an Easter egg in there.
Absolutely gorgeous car. There's an Easter egg in this image.
There is.
It's an actual egg somewhere.
Yeah, there's the photographer on your right is Pat.
Oh, over here?
Oh.
That's our friend.
Oh, okay. There he is. Over here, right over here behind this lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is. Yeah. Okay. He's facing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the front row, pointing forward. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd give kind of a shot over the whole audience so you can kind of see what it's like to actually be there, and that's this particular image isn't showing his work on the screen, but that's a huge freaking scrine, man.
Yeah,
And,
it's like 20 by 10, probably 20 or 30 by 10.
So you can see how wide that is. I don't even know what aspect ratio that is.
Yeah.
But that's the ratio that Pat edits in. So his work, when it pops up on that screen, I mean, you think about how long that car is. It's actually on stage.
Yeah, that car is 16, 17 feet long at least.
And so that's, I mean,
yeah.
When his work comes on that screen, it's insane, bro. You're just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I would love to see my work like that. It'd be so cool.
Yeah. Now this is a great shot because it does show all the people in there, and that's a neat car. I love the back of this. It's got 2 spare tires.
Yeah, and that just
so much for reliability, huh? 2 spare tires.
Just classic Chrysler Imperial right there.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a great.
So beautiful. I mean, just so you can see, I mean, there's crews of guys just polishing on these things to the last minute. I mean, they look just like they do in the pictures in real life. It's insane.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into
a lot of work. Yeah.
It's a cool car. That's a neat. So how much did this one sell for? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I can look it up though. I have I won't know the final price, but I have the what is that, 132?
Yeah, 132.
You do get these little books with them just to show you everything's high quality at these.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous. But let me see. 135, 130. There it is, 132. So it started at 1.4.
$1,400. What a
deal. It's such a deal, isn't it? Yeah, because we actually made that Matchbox car look big. So
yeah, it's all perspective. Yeah, it's all perspective.
It's all perspective. Yeah, that's actually macro photography right there at its best. Yeah, 1.4
million. Wow,
1.4 to 1.8 was what they were looking for. Yeah, for that vehicle.
Crazy. Yeah. That's a nice shot. You got the car up there, you got the car on the stage, you got the people. Yeah, that's a nice shot. I like that. I figured is this your new ride, Joe? Right?
Yeah, that's exactly my new one. Yeah, I kind of blew that one up and just stuck it as a sticker to the outside of my Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
And that's how that works.
Turns your Chevy into a Bugatti just like that.
Just like that, man.
2.1 million. Okay.
Yeah.
What, 2013?
That's what it started at. Yeah, it was 2.1. Yeah, that car was just seriously badass.
Oh, jeez.
There was
Bugatti's what they do, 220, something like that. They're over 200 by a little bit.
Oh, right? Yeah. They definitely can go, north of 250.
Okay.
Yeah, they're a serious hypercar actually. It's
not just a supercar. A
You
hyper.
can't. There's no way you can drive that here.
Yeah, they're
The ground clearance. It's like 1.5 inches.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't realize, but Pat was, because being with Pat was so cool, man. He knows a lot about these vehicles.
Yeah.
But he was like, these cars raise and lower depending on if they need to get into a driveway or something like that. So he actually knows when they're, just by looking at them, of course. And once he pointed it out, then it was obvious. But whether they're raised or lowered, or some of the cars, as they brought them inside, they forgot to lower them again, or it's one of the other little things he's looking for when he's shooting the cars that I would have never known. I would have just
are they in their most aggressive, their lowered stance?
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
so cool. Very, 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 very cool, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
Just give that to me for one day. That'll work.
Yeah.
You can rent them, believe it or not. I know you can't here in Phoenix, so they got to be available in Atlanta and some of these other bigger metro areas, because you can rent one of those here. Absolutely. Yeah, you got the money, honey. They got the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's work. Go in and then go home and not say a word.
That was an experience, though. That whole world is just a different place to be.
Yeah.
I have not been. It's a whole. The RM auctions, which is what this was, and then you see the Sotheby's name a lot, Sotheby's or whatever you call it. But the RM auctions is just a different level. It's they hand you champagne as you walk in, and it's quieter, more smaller niche group of folks, as opposed to the Barrett Jackson's a rock star show, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rock concert. This is more like the symphony or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's such a different. It's like going to a rock concert and going to Broadway. It's just going to be totally different environments. It's some of the guys walks in. This place is just full of millionaires. It's like,
just
and
money.
Some of the guys
I bet you there's guys like walking down and they're just like walking and money's falling out of their pockets. Probably. I mean, that's
to me, it's like some of the guys were just as beautiful as the women. I'm like, you're pretty. Like you said, Mark. I'm like, this guy's beautiful. Look at him. He's even past handsome. I'm like, this guy's beautiful. I don't know who's hotter, him or her. I mean, honestly, some of these guys walked in, and I was like, you look like something that I see on TV. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? It's insane.
That is crazy. So this is Gainesville DNA Helix Pedestrian Bridge. Okay. EP. Oh, okay. So this is you got your stuff back from the dark room, huh, Wes?
I got the scans. I haven't got anything else back yet.
Okay. All right. See, when did you get the scans? Was it first part of last week?
No, it was Friday. They got my film on Tuesday, I think, and I didn't get the scans till Friday.
Okay. All right. That means you'll probably get the film back probably next few days, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a scan. So this was shot on Kodak.
Just some generic CBS Kodak.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think they call it Kodak Gold. It's just Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak 200.
So what's the process here, Wes? So you're sending in the film, and then they scan it, and they sent that to you right away, or?
Yeah, they scan it and upload it, and you just go on their website and you can download the pictures.
Okay.
And then they send me back the negatives and the prints and all that stuff.
So these aren't high resolution scans; they're just whatever normal resolution.
Yeah, they're like 1,500 by 1,000. They're pretty low resolution.
Okay, so like web sharing capable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or enough to give you the idea which ones are good images or not, basically. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just pulled a few that really didn't need anything done with them just to share this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And you're getting back prints, right? 4x6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. Okay, cool. And was this film old or new? Was it relatively new?
It was new. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow, that's an interesting deal right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. All those bikes.
Yeah, the same
Gator
color,
Gears,
the same
new
bike.
bike. University Gator Gears bike rental program. Okay, so it's kind of rent by the hour type bike thing. Yeah.
They rent by the semester.
Oh, okay.
Really? Wow.
So the student can rent the bike, and it comes with a lock, and they get the maintenance is included. So you just rent the bike for the semester and use it, and then at the end of the semester you turn in the keys or whatever.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
Wow.
Kind of like the dorm fridges you used to rent in the dorm. You rent your dorm, get your dorm fridge for this same basic thing. But this makes it easy for people to get around campus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look like they're fixed speed. Yeah, fixed speed bike.
They're 3-speed internal hub geared kind of things.
All right.
So what does that run you anyway?
I looked at it was like $40 a semester or $70 for basically the normal school year. Yeah.
That's
Not bad.
Yeah, that's affordable.
Yeah, why buy a bike? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's always been a problem is people leave them behind and then they end up, just sitting there rusting, or people steal parts off of them or whatever. So it's a good idea.
So this is all built into the program. Yeah, they've got it figured out at least. And they know they're going to have some weight, loss or whatever, and it's just all built in. Yeah. Cool. That's a neat shot, though. I like that. Crisscrossing. Looks like the new stack of bikes waiting for the students to rent them, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's neat.
Organized chaos, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is nice. A little bit of snow, and you got these couple trees with still a few little bits of fall on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, and you got these birches, the ones we were talking about last week. The show that happened but doesn't exist. I guess, yeah.
Was there an issue?
Oh, I guess apparently I didn't hit the broadcast button. I thought I did. I'm swearing up and down that I did, and it's YouTube's fault. It's Google's fault. It's not my fault. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was one of the best
one
ever.
Best ever. Best ever.
I think I was there.
Yeah, you were there, but there's no proof of it. So, but I remember we were talking about the because you had that one image last week where it was like one or two of these on the hillside on the opposite, and they looked like there was just a real bright white paper bark birch or whatever it is. And this is a little concentration. Now this is neat. You got this little bit of snow on the ground here.
Yeah.
A little bit of gold and red, and then white.
This is a fantastic image, man.
It's a great shot. Yep.
Yeah.
Befitting of the watermark at the bottom, signature at the bottom. It all goes together.
Yep.
Very nice. Okay, so this is Delta. So this is your super wide lens again.
Yeah, this is the film. I've developed the film yesterday, and I scanned it this morning.
Okay, all right.
Watch out,
1 to 100. Stand developing. So how long did this sit?
50 minutes.
50 minutes. Okay. It was like you put it in there, and then you go and fix breakfast, have a couple cups of coffee, and then it's almost done.
Yeah, and the dilution is Rodinal 1 to 100.
Wow.
So it was only 7 mils of developer in 700 mil. Yeah.
Yep.
So
nice.
yeah, I think I exhausted it now, Mark. Some of them there's like a pattern showing in the emulsion.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know whether maybe I was a bit too skimpy with the dilution. You know?
I wonder, because I had that roll film that I shot when I was down in Gainesville that had that extra grain. I wonder if could that be it, or could that be caused by? I was thinking about that. Could that be caused by the fixer going? Would that do it?
No, I think it's a developer issue. You get what's called bromide drag.
Mm-hmm.
You get like streaks coming down.
Okay.
Film, and I think it's to do with not enough agitation, or
okay.
He exhausts the developer standing against the emulsion.
Okay, so yeah, it's just nothing. It's not that particular spot. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. Yeah.
This is a quite awkward shot, really, because if this had been a digital camera, then those the whites would be, you wouldn't see anything out there.
Yeah, that's pretty bright.
Yeah, because it was bright sunny. underneath there. So I was lucky to not blow it out.
Yeah, you can still see some detail there, but yeah, then this is pretty much full dark black right here at the base of the mooring.
I think Dennis is trying to come after Sim here, man. I think that's what's happening here.
We're doing the hyperfocal test here. This was just basically I wanted to see how they would come out with just like no focusing.
Yeah,
better watch out, Sim. He's coming after you, man. That's all code for I'm coming after your ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order me a logo too, man. You watch.
I like this. This one's nice. I like this.
It's very nice, actually. Yeah.
You can see how sea defenses on this island are quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is to protect against the winter storms.
Yeah.
I guess, right? So is this high tide or low tide? Where are we at?
Yeah, I think it was just going out, starting to go out. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't go out very far here because this is the Thames estuary going up to London.
Okay, so London's up that way. So the Thames is coming down this way.
London's in that direction, and you get all the big container ships coming in.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is nice. I like this. You got the detail in the sidewalk and along the wall here.
It really is. It's a 110-degree angle. So basically, anything within a couple of feet where you're standing is going to be in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it's like super wide without being a fisheye, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was quite impressed. The only thing is, you've got to keep the camera square, because if you start moving it, then you're going to get pretty abstract stuff.
Yeah, you're going to get kind of that the carnival mirror kind of effect, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get stuff really big. All the stuff on the outside edges is going to be bent. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to keep it.
Got to keep it square. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that handrail was probably the end of the handrail was just a couple of inches past what this photograph is, and I'm standing right next to it. You know.
Mm-hmm. No, that's neat. Yeah, and it's a nice lens. Yeah, that's a great walking around wide angle lens. You don't have to do anything with it, just point and shoot, like you said.
And for your street photography, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could shoot from the hip with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Killer bees.
Yeah, we got a bee problem in this country. You can see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is the same thing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this was really bright and sunny.
I was gonna say it looks like a pretty sunny day. Is this what you were talking about over here?
Yeah. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like. Are these clouds?
Yeah, I think it is. There are clouds there because this country's just grey at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
Just a different shade of grey.
Yeah, but yeah, it's got that. Yeah, it's got that like texture to it or something. It's not really grainy. Yeah, it looks like it just didn't.
Yeah, I think the next time I'll do a 50-to-1 stand and see if we get the same problem. It was only on a few. It was only on a few of these because 36 on the row.
Okay. Now, were these on the interior of the roll or the exterior of the roll? Do you remember?
Yeah, I'd say this is probably mid-roll.
Okay. Yeah, just wonder if maybe if it was on the inside of the roll, if it just wasn't getting the enough.
Yeah, this is the 30-meter roll I bought. Roll your own.
Okay.
So maybe I damaged it in some way when I was rolling it from the machine.
This one looks pretty good. I like that. Stairway to Heaven. That's a good title for this one. Just go into the light. Go to the light.
Yeah, there's no way any other lens I might have wouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're probably only a few feet away from this at this point.
I am. I'm standing right at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Gives a neat perspective on these kinds of things with that wide angle.
Yeah, I was just looking to see what I could do with it. You know.
Mm-hmm. I think it works pretty good. Okay. This one. Everything is pretty much vertical. You're not getting any weird curvature, so you got a good camera square.
I'll tell you one thing though, Mark. I moved to the side just slightly, and that pole was bent like a banana.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. It just gets all bent in. So the pole is bent to turn in to the right side of the image. Yeah,
it turned inwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You've got to keep the camera square. Mm-hmm. The Zeiss will come in handy because I can put a bubble level on the second finder slot.
Okay. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. That way, because sometimes you can get tricked depending on the horizon or that type of thing. You can get tricked to what you think is level isn't actually level.
Yeah, I've seen some of the images, and things near you will be quite abstract if you put them in the corner of the frame. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but everything else will be in perfect focus for as far as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what a fairground looks like in wintertime.
Yeah. Nobody riding? Come on. It's a great day.
They can't take it.
What was the temp? How warm was it here this day? It doesn't look very warm.
It was probably about -2, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Chilly day.
Yeah, actually, I'm not far away from this. I'm actually sticking the camera through the railings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it certainly does give you a wide-angle view.
Yeah, that's neat to have. And here we are back at the reservoir, rooted.
Yeah, Simmy, you got to get yourself a large format camera for these shots.
Oh man, yeah. These are screaming out for a large format.
Yeah, especially that stump there. That would be absolutely crystal clear, and as far as you can see, will be the same.
Yeah, this is a great shot.
You're trying to kill me, right?
Yeah. You could hike around with a camera like that. Come on.
I'll tell you, I bet my large format Chamonix is lighter than your 750.
It might be pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. They're made of carbon fiber. Yes.
Yeah. This is neat. Got some ice, I guess. Yeah, breaks in the ice on the water. Yeah, a little bit of fog in the background and in the details in the stump.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
For me to get shots like this, I've got to travel about 800 miles to the Lake District.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, Dennis! Anything for art? Come on.
Yeah. I'll take the train if I didn't have to sell a kidney to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, this is great stuff, Sim.
800 miles.
Yeah. I know, man. Damn. There's got to be something within 800 miles, for Christ's sake. Wow.
Sim is he's in a great spot of the country, really, because you've got the city close by. If you want to get into one of the best cities in the world if you're into street photography and that kind of stuff, I mean, that's only an hour and a half maybe away, something like that. And you got some good outdoorsy stuff relatively close. You got the ocean, just like you said, toss up the camera, get a shot,
Yeah. He's cheating, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, just because he has a fancy logo, he thinks he can still toss up the camera and get shots. Just slap a logo on the bottom and
he's
call it good.
he's giving his camera performance enhancing drugs is what he's doing.
Yeah. PEDs.
Yeah. He's got
photographic enhancing drugs.
Yeah, PED batteries going in that sucker. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Great images, man. I am jealous. Yeah, well, I can go to places like this, but I'm at least a good hour to 2 hours away from places. I have to go up into the mountains of North Georgia, that type of thing. We got city, but it's not like New York City. I'm spoiled living in Chicago. For me, a big city is like Chicago or New York now.
Yeah.
Atlanta it's got a downtown area, but it's not the same.
Man, I've seen some great shots though of downtown Atlanta.
There are some good stuff.
So beautiful. I mean, with all the trees and everything.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a pretty area, but I guess I've got in my mind like street photography. I want like the concrete canyons, like you get in Chicago or New York, where it's just street after street with tall buildings on either side and all that. But it's It's it. Yeah, you're in a good area of the country, Sim. There's a lot. You've got a lot of variety relatively close, and you could drive up to
closer for you in Georgia, though. No.
Yeah, I could go out to I could go up to like Dahlonega up in the mountains. It's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away for me to go up there.
Is that that's not Stone Mountain, is it?
No, Stone Mountain's that'd be about 45 minutes for me to go down to Stone Mountain. But no, going north up towards the North Carolina or Tennessee border, up in the mountains there. You actually get up into the Appalachians.
Yeah.
There's some great stuff up there. And some nice mountain reservoirs, that type of thing. Not quite as dramatic as what you've got, but yeah, definitely some good stuff. But it's not like within a 15 or 20 minute drive. It would be an all day affair almost to go up there and do it. I've gone up a couple times, but I haven't gone up recently, so I need to get back into doing that. Start taking advantage of what's around.
Yeah.
It's tough though. Only so many hours in the day sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
This whole thing about having to like earn money to pay for stuff, I just don't get that.
Yeah, you know, if I could just win the lottery and have everything I need, then it'd be all good.
Yeah. Powerball.
Something, you know.
Just you got to play to win, and I never play, so I guess I won't win. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Powerball. That I heard that's going away.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. An executive order?
Yeah, it's going to pay for the wall.
Oh. It's called Powerwall now.
Powerwall.
You change one letter in it. Powerwall. People won't even notice. They're just it's gonna be this quick order. It's gonna change Powerball to Powerwall. They're gonna take the B out and put a W in, and then all the proceeds are gonna go to that.
Yeah. Instead of $2 a ticket, it's gonna cost you $3 now because they're taking extra dollars.
You gotta put a border tax on it and raise it up. Yeah.
Just remember, Mark, don't start printing your own money because the government takes a dim view.
Yeah. They can't catch me. Oh, man.
Hey, if you're good with math, you could, earn some Bitcoins if you're good with math.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of free money if you can figure it all out.
Yeah. Bitcoin mining, isn't that what they call it when you set up? But there's guys that have built like huge, almost basically supercomputers in their basement to try to do that. I mean, it's gotten so tough.
It's tough, but yeah, you can amass the fortune if you got the time and the skills.
Take a bedroom, put in a few servers, get a bigger pipeline out of the house. Yeah, I'll be good to go. Yeah,
you're still gonna earn it. In other words, you know what I'm saying? If you've got it, then you earned it. Because sweet Jesus,
yeah, it's gonna take time. Well, good show, guys. Lots of great images. Sim, keep up the good work, and I love that photo logo site. That might be worthwhile to get one. That seems like a really reasonable price. $40 basically for that, and
well worth it for me.
Mm-hmm. What's the turnaround time? Typically, like a week or something?
That's what it says. It says 2 days.
Actually, I think I got mine late. I submitted it late, so I got it like in 3 days. So over the weekend.
Yeah, it says options for delivery within 24, 48, or 7 days.
Okay. Photo logo. Okay. Cool.
24 hours, 48 hours, or 7 days. Yep.
That might be enough to spur me, because if I'm going to pay $40 for a logo, I got to get some images that are worthwhile to put that logo on. It's kind of like this. What's a carrot and a stick? I'm just going to do the stick first.
Yeah.
The hell with the carrot. I'm just going with the stick. It's like I just wrote a check. I'm gonna, I got to do something now.
Wow, look at it. I love seeing this, man. Look how young the guy is. CEO and founder of Photo Logo. He's a young guy, man. At the bottom of the page.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's what you like. Is he a artist? I wonder.
His hands are insured for like $3 million.
Yeah, he's his back. All these graphic design guys, man. That's Pat too. Pat's a old. I mean, these graphic design guys, man, they drive me nuts, bro. They're just so good on that damn computer and everything.
Yeah,
the Photoshop, in other words,
Yeah, it's a definite.
They grew up with it all the time.
Yeah,
they never knew a world without it.
Yeah, you can't do anything they do with, exactly like Wes said, without Photoshop. So they just know it. I mean, and actually, Photoshop's more for them than for us. You know.
Yeah. We can use Photoshop, but these guys can drive Photoshop.
Yeah.
They drive it like an F1 car. You know, they drive it like an F1 car, and we drive it like a VW thing. You know, remember those things? Remember the VW thing? The multiple panels, you could take it apart. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way I drive Photoshop.
I've watched 13. I've watched 30-minute videos real quick on YouTube on watching some of these guys do what they do on Photoshop, and it's nuts. I mean, multiple different, I don't know even what you call it, groups or whatever of layers and all. I mean, I don't.
They do multiple layers, and then they take those layers and make groups out of them, and then they do. Yeah, it's crazy.
And 2.5 million actions and all kinds of stuff. It's just nuts.
And they move through it so fast. I mean, it's just completely, you know, it's a language. I mean, it is. It's another language. You know, just like, you know, musicians the same way. Like anybody that's a good musician, they can play almost any instrument. You know, just because it's internalized. It's just
don't even get me started because of this mixer board that I have now. I watched some of those guys too, and that, you know, all that. What do they use? Pro
Tools, right?
Pro Tools, yeah. Oh my God, I've never seen. I don't use Pro Tools, so I don't know, but it's the equivalent of Photoshop for audio. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I had no idea that these engineers break down a sound that much. I had no idea. I had no idea what it meant to actually clean music, and you watch these guys go on there. It's nuts.
Yeah,
you know,
it's the same basic thing as images. The same. I mean, you're doing the same basic thing. You're manipulating. You're putting layers of sound like you would put layers on a Photoshop image. Yeah, it's definitely it's an art form in and of itself. Yeah. And there's the art of creating the image, and then Photoshop being able to work that. That's just another piece. You know, that's.
I watched a webinar on this audio engineer, and he apparently is a huge name in the music biz, you know. So he was naming off. He named a couple of names that we all would be familiar with on his little class that he was teaching, and you know, he was like, yeah, a certain artist doesn't, you know, when they make a song, they come in to record it, they don't like the, you know, the breath. They think they breathe too heavy, so he has to take out every breath. Before every, you know what I'm saying? And he played a piece of
every
the song.
Breath you take.
Yeah, he was like, so you think about every, and he, you know, so every time someone, you know, takes a breath to say something or sing, you know, he's cutting all of that out. Yeah, amazing. Who would I would have never thought that it gets that detailed, but it does. It's nuts.
Yeah, but it's the same thing like photographers going in and, you know, removing every little spot of dust or manipulating the lighting, you know, by doing layers. And it is amazing. And you don't think about it because you just see the finished product. And you're like, wow, that's great. Or you listen to it and you're like, wow, that's a great song. Well, you don't realize all the stuff that goes into it. To get like you were talking about, Joe, at the beginning about the model. You know, you spend all that time editing the images and all that. And then you find it somewhere where you didn't know it was going to be, and you're like, wow, you know, they have no idea. They just see the final image,
right?
And they don't really. And I think that's just human. You just don't think about all the work that goes in behind the scenes.
There's money in music. I was reading about Adele the other day. She sold 50 million singles and 40 million albums.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you got $1 to go, that's pretty good.
And you know, like this particular cat talked about all this stuff from learning how to operate this stupid little mixer I have. But he was talking about, you know, those particular artists like Adele or somebody, they have their favorite engineer that they like to work with, and they only will work with that cat because that cat makes them their money. Basically, he makes them sound like the way they sound. You know, they all have their own style, like we have our styles with photography. Like each engineer has their style. It's a trip, man. I just never thought about it. I never did.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting how the same things kind of cross over from one creative form to another. You know, music, sound, photography, art. Yeah.
The deal's on a win-win, Joe, because she wrote the music as well as performed it. She gets paid twice.
Yeah, she does. Yep. She's the songwriter and the performer. That's the way to do it.
But she missed out on the Super Bowl, Dennis.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to tell me the score, yeah?
Well, no, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah.
So are you a Pats fan, Sim? Are you a Patriots fan? No? Okay.
No, sorry.
Is there a show next week? I mean, that would be during the Super Bowl.
What time does the Super Bowl start? 6 Eastern, I think.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
We might. I'll make a managerial decision midweek. It might be delayed. We'll have to see.
That's a holiday here, Dennis. Let me tell you, that is big.
I don't think we'll be there. I will be there.
Anyway,
Going on beforehand.
Yeah.
I know you're dying to hear this. That Manchester United beat Wigan today 4-0. Yeah.
You know, I actually did. I didn't hear that they beat them, but I heard about the match coming up. Yeah.
4-0. That's pretty high scoring.
That is. Yeah.
They're getting crazy on that scoring.
Yeah, I heard about that match, and then I heard about the tennis match too. The Ferrier versus Nadal, I think, or something, right?
Yeah.
And who won that? Did Nadal win?
No, I don't think so.
I think Ferrier won, didn't he? Or...
Federer, was it? Federer. He's got a record now, hasn't he, for so many wins.
Yeah. I didn't. I just kind of The only reason I know is because we only got one football game left, Dennis, and that's it. So now Americans are searching for something to watch. Right?
Yeah, you get withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah,
exactly, man. Right now, there's a huge crowd of Americans just going like, you get like the post football coma, like
yeah. There's basketball still going on, hockey, but then they're going to switch over to like college basketball and the March Madness thing. That's going to be the next thing. It'll come up in in a month or so.
College basketball, and then I live in a baseball city too. So there's baseball and golf. So this weekend you had the big golf tournament. And then
spring training starts up in a few weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sure pitchers and catchers report in like 2 weeks, don't they?
Yeah. So you got RVs coming in already. A lot of gray hairs coming in already for spring training.
Yep. Oh, good. Well, I've got some brisket cooking in the crock pot. Time for some dinner, I think.
Mark, I'm glad you brought that up. Any recommendations? Because I've been cooking like a lot, and I've already amassed 6 cast iron skillets at this point.
6? Wow.
I know.
You're a collector.
You don't intend on it, and the next thing you know, you got 6 skillets in a couple of months. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I did not intend on. I was happy with my 3.
We need an intervention, Joe. We need an intervention.
Oh, God, it's bananas. But in any case, what do you recommend for just some plain old hot wings, man? I was going to practice this weekend for next weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to make sure.
Like how to make them?
Yeah. How do you? My sauce I got pretty much down right, because that's just Frank's with some butter.
Yeah, it's almost like a half and half.
Yeah. Or
maybe a little more Frank's than butter, but yeah, you got to put in a pretty good mix of butter in there.
So do you put your wings with baking soda, or do you put yours with flour? I'm seeing some people putting theirs with baking soda. You know,
we've done ours I don't put anything on them. We just toss them in the sauce, and then just we bake them first and then just toss them right with the sauce.
What do you bake them at? 425 for?
Yeah, like 425 for 30 minutes, or whatever it is, 25, 30 minutes. And then just take them out, let them cool a little bit, and then toss them right in with the sauce and call it good. And we'll season the wings, salt and pepper. We'll season the wings before we bake them. But that's it. And we just do them right from frozen. We get the big pack of frozen wings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just right from frozen, and pull salt and pepper and bake them, take them out, toss them with the sauce, and they're all
You know,
good.
there's a whole thing right now going on with frozen food, like people taking steaks right out of the freezer, and there's people doing scientific tests to show that they're getting better results from frozen rather than thawed.
That'd be interesting. Steaks, that would be interesting on steaks. I don't know how you do it and still get a medium rare steak. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
That just seems like it wouldn't. I mean, I could see like a frozen chicken patty or something where it's got to be cooked all the way through.
right.
That makes sense. But yeah, that'd be interesting to how they could do it with a frozen steak. It'd have to be a pretty thick steak, I would think. I don't think you could do like a thin steak because it would all just end up cooking all the way through.
Yeah,
But-
it's and that's exactly what they say too. It's like you wouldn't think so, but when they show it and then they're cooking on cast iron, of course, that's how I see these different videos because they'll use cast iron,
Oh yeah.
and you get the most incredible crust, and the meat is perfect on the inside. It's just absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about cast iron, what you know, and once you get it heated up in temperature, it holds its temperature really well, and it gives a real consistent cook. That's the beauty of cast iron. So.
And those eggs I just had, they're non-stick. That pan, I've been using that pan for a month. That one particular pan.
Yep. You season it right, and just keep it clean. Get the food grit out of it, and just keep a nice little coat of oil on it. Yeah, they get non-stick really fast. And they can be used as weapons since they're so dang heavy. I mean, that's the other part that people discount. You know, I mean, someone comes in the house, man, you're swinging iron. Then, man, they better watch out.
Well, you know what's happened to me? I hate to make you go longer, but what's happened is I bought my first couple of pans, and then I served myself in one of my smaller pans, and I was like, oh, damn it. Now I got to have at least 4 of these little ones because it's so, it's like Simi's little logo there. It's just a perfect little touch. Like anything you serve, think about when you go to a restaurant and they serve something to you and it's sizzling and it looks cool on the black cast iron. And you do that at home and panties down, let me tell you.
Bing, 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 bing.
I don't care if it's a fried egg. It looks so much better when you present it in a cast iron pan. It looks so cool, and you hear that sizzle and everything at home, and I'm telling you.
It's not just about the food; it's presentation.
Yeah,
it's everything.
It just looks so cool. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Fortunately, cast iron pans are usually relatively inexpensive. You can get a decent cast iron pan without paying a bunch of money. So it's easy to accumulate a bunch. The only problem is you got to put more supports on like your shelving and stuff because this stuff's heavy.
Well, that's what happened. I was at the Walmart. I did not intend on buying anything like that. I was there for 2 things specifically, and the next thing you know, I was in the camping section, and they were having a sale on a set of 3 cast iron pans in the camping section for $14.88.
And darn if you just didn't walk by and they jumped into your cart.
Oh my God!
That happened.
Oh,
yeah.
Next thing you know, and I 3 more pans just like that.
Yeah, you're a pan collector. We're gonna have to have an intervention here. I don't want to see you on the Discovery Channel in like 2 years. The guy, he's just in the corner of his room, just got cast iron all the way around them.
If you get a chance, if you're even remotely even into cooking or cast iron, check out a guy on YouTube called Culinary Fanatic.
Enough said, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Good stuff. He's like the cast iron guru.
And his house has no food in it. It has cast iron stacked vertically, one after another, and then he's got other separate shelves that you put in your garage in his house, and those are stacked full of cast iron, and there is more cast iron than you've ever seen in your life. That dude has it. Yeah. He's got those expensive cast iron pans that are like $200 some. I mean, he's got it all, man.
Oh, yeah, that's extreme.
Yeah. He's the one that I watch to learn how to season my pans because his pans look beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's the key though. You do have to season them. If you season them right, you're good to go for decades, literally. You season them right, yeah. That's the last thing. That's it. Buy it. One and done, baby. That's all you need.
He's so anal about his cast iron pans that he made a video, and he was in his car, and you could tell it was an argument because he was in his car and he's like, "You know, the best way to keep a marriage together is just to buy her own cast iron pans."
His and hers. His and hers. Yeah. You
Let
just see
her.
them. Don't mess with the pan. Don't mess with the pan.
Oh my God! You could
There's got to be
go-
boundaries in every relationship. You know what I mean? I think he found his.
You want to keep because he's like she can't keep her cast iron up worth a damn, and then you could tell he's super anal about his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because his looks immaculate, and he was like, "You want to keep a marriage going, you got to get her own pants."
Words to live by. Marriage advice. Here we go. And on that note, we're gonna cast this show.
Oh, look
off.
at you, man!
And it is actually broadcasting, so this one will actually exist. So good one, guys. I appreciate you showing up as always, Dennis. Well, you're retired. It doesn't matter. Thanks for staying up anyway. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Right word. I'm either retired or retarded.
Well, I want to see some infrared stuff, so hopefully your filter shows up and you get some stuff done with that in the next couple weeks. That'll be interesting.
That's pretty slow coming. That is. If it turns
Slow
up,
boat from China on that, I bet, huh?
No, it's come from the UK somewhere. You know.
Okay, yeah. Maybe he's like walking it down or something, delivering it. You know, like that guy in Indiana here that drove to see his brother on a lawnmower. What was that, like 20 years ago? Riding a lawnmower. You're going to get it hand delivered by a guy in a riding lawnmower. But looking forward to seeing what happens with it when you finally get the filter. And I might check out this photo logo. Maybe I might get myself a logo. You going to get a logo made, Joe?
I'm looking at the videos right now on how to do it. He's got videos, and this kid's, man, I'll tell you what, man, it's all about trying to find your opportunity, and when you find it, take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, that's the whole key.
I'm
gonna check it out.
How simple is that? You make a website, make it easy for people to get to you. And make it affordably priced so people that want to invest a little bit, but not too much. So it's easy. It's an easy decision to make, and it pays for your time to do it. Yeah, $40. I'm watching videos right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go do that. Who knows? I might order myself a logo this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I haven't spent any money on film. I might as well get myself a logo.
I mean, I've had the same logo now since I was thinking about it the other day. I think it's 6 years now.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
I've never really had any real logo, so this might be a good way to do it. And I'll do the stick first, stick instead of the carrot, and maybe it'll get me out with my camera.
Joe, the 1980s called and they want their logo back.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, there's this other photographer on Instagram, as a matter of fact, and he's got about 3 or 4 logos.
Okay.
And one of them's not as good as this one, but it's a signature logo, and I've always kind of liked it. So when I seen Sims, I was like, oh my God, that is bomb. Like, I wonder if that's a font or what.
Yeah, now we know. Now we know Sim's secret.
Yeah.
You just slap that on any old photo and make it look better.
Yeah. Any old photo of his, yeah.
Yeah, any old photo of his. Toss the camera up, slap a logo on it, call it good. I mean, that's pretty much that's his method. Take the camera, go to a spot, toss the camera up, put a logo on it, post it, call it good.
There you go.
The four-step process. All right, guys. Everybody have a great week. Appreciate it.
See you, man. Yep, see you guys.
See you.
Yep, see you guys.
I'm stopping the broadcast, so it does exist. All right, bye.